welcome in. Little late night listing live. I figured I'd come on, hang out. I was going to do a live earlier today, shipping out orders, but we got back a little too late, and I wanted to make sure I got all those orders out before the mailman came. So just put up, I think, 22 or 23 listings over on eBay. I brought those over to Nifty, and now we are going to cross list those. So that is what we're going to do on this live, hang out, chat, answer some questions, and just get some work done. So let me slide you guys over real quick so I can read the chat. And let me go into my inventory over on Nifty. Yeah, it looks like 22. Yeah, 22 total listings were brought over just a couple minutes ago. What's up, sirs? Juliet's in the house. What's up, Juliet? Welcome in, everybody. Gonna be cross-listing, gonna cross-list with some Nifty and hang out and answer some questions. So about time you do some work. I know today was kind of a weird day. Got home and I felt like a little sick when I got back home. So kind of chilled out most of the day, shipped out orders. Mom did some listings, and then now we're putting those live. What's up, Hope? How's vacation? Vacation was good. Just a one-day vacation. We left early in the morning on Monday morning. I was up till like 3. I think it was like 3 or 3:30 packing up orders from that big show, and then I woke up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, finished packing up those orders, and then we left. We got to the place at like, I want to say it was like 11:30. We had to wait till 2 to get our room, but luckily they let us like hang out and get drinks and stuff like that beforehand. So it was a good time. It was fun. It was nice to like get out and relax with no kiddos and hang out for our anniversary. So appreciate all the happy anniversaries that everybody sent. I got a whole mess of them in my inbox, so I appreciate all you guys that did a little happy anniversary for us. Let me show my screen really quick. We're just going to cross list. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But we're just going to go through. I'm probably going to be live for like 15-20 minutes. I just want to come on and hang out. AK hungover. Actually, I'm feeling hungover. I felt like when I woke up this morning, I had a sore throat. And then earlier today, like around like 12, my stomach started hurting like really bad, and the alcohol was already out of my system by then. But yeah, I just felt like horrible for some reason, and then now I feel better. So now I feel better. Hang on, yeah, you spent Sunday nights there. Look nice. Yeah, they were fun. That's just a good, like, nice place to go to. I didn't realize you could go there. You could go. Shepherd's is where we stayed. So if you've ever been to Clearwater Beach, it's where we stayed, and it was nice. I didn't realize that you could just go to the beach there. I thought that you had to stay at the hotel, like the beach was a private beach, but I guess you can just pay to park your car, like valet, and just go hang out for the day. And then so we might do that with the kids in the next coming weeks, because it's a nice little kids spot. The beach is really nice there. There's not a lot of people that go there too. So it's basically like Clearwater Beach, and then you got the drinks and amenities there too. So cheers from West Virginia. What's up? West Virginia in the house. We're just gonna cross list. Like I said, it's gonna be a quick live tonight. I figured I'd just hop on, show my face. A bunch of people thought we were on a cruise. I kept getting messages like, enjoy your cruise, enjoy your cruise. And I was like, we're not on a cruise, we're just on a one-day trip. So yeah, the room is empty, and we did reload. Next to me, I'm off to my left-hand side. Probably you can see it on the screen a little bit. Those boxes next to me are filled with brand new tag Ralph Lauren pieces that we got for Saturday's show. So Saturday's show is going to be fun. We're going to run the rest of the stuff behind us, and then we're also going to run all brand new tag Ralph Lauren, which is beside us. So should be a fun show. We're not going to do two shows this. We're not going to do a Saturday and Sunday show this week. We're only going to do a Saturday show, like our big show. I am going to do some clear out shows though. Sorry, I got a burp. I'm going to do some clear out shows probably starting tomorrow. Just do like 60 to 70 items, fast pace, sudden death, just clear out a little bit more so we can make some room, because I think we may or may not get a pallet of clothing in next week to run. So we're going to have to clear out some space out in the garage and make some room. Oh, man. Luckily, I'm feeling better. I really felt like I was going to be sick today. After coming home from vacation, that's no good, because I had a whole bunch of work to do. But if you guys are just hanging out, you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. Like I said, it's going to be a quick, easy live. Happy tax day. Yes, I paid my taxes today. Who finished their taxes today, and who had to extend their taxes? I know this is like, everybody always waits till the last minute to do taxes because nobody likes paying the tax guy, but I sent in my payment today. It was a big payment. It hurt, but luckily that's done and over with. I always have anxiety every year, like right in the beginning of tax season, getting ready to move all that money out, make sure I have all my numbers correct and everything. But I got to pay mine off today, and luckily it's all done and over with. But called this morning. I had it done actually on Sunday, but I waited till today. So you extended? I was going to. We're actually in we're in a disaster zone, I guess, because the Tampa area got hit with the hurricane. So I could have actually extended it. It wouldn't have been an extension. I could have just waited till the end of the month to file, but I decided to just pay it. I could have waited, but I was just like, you know what? If I wait, then I'm just having that tax looming over top of me for a couple more weeks. I'd rather just pay it and get rid of it. So I'm worried about it. You shouldn't be worried about it. Just get a good tax person. A good tax person will take care of you and make sure you don't have anything to worry about. That's like the best thing to do. So, what's up from Toledo, Ohio? What's up, Toledo, Ohio? Do with style tags. I don't put any style tags in my listings. No, I feel like that's just extra work. I've never had somebody tell me that's right after they started doing style tags, they started getting an excess amount of orders from Depop. So I don't worry about doing it. Feel like that's just an extra step. I did extended prolonged experience. Yeah, I did talk to. Actually, I had a phone call, a Zoom call with eBay today. eBay reached out and they wanted to do a Zoom call with me for like they're doing a lot of clothing sellers. They're like reaching out to a bunch of clothing sellers and trying to like get into their business a little bit and try to help them like get more sales and everything. So I had a pretty good conversation with them. I guess we're gonna have like a 5 week, every 2 weeks for 5 total meetings. I'm gonna meet with eBay and one of their team members is gonna like help me with my listings. Today it was just basically like talking about promotions and things like that, but it went over pretty good. I like the little conversation. I'm a procrastinator. Yeah, I am too. I probably could have had my taxes done in like January or February, but I procrastinated, and I was always like, yeah, I could do taxes, but I have to load a Whatnot show, so I'm gonna do the Whatnot show first, and then and then it got to the point where it was like beginning of April. I'd finished my taxes right at the beginning of April, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait a little bit to make sure I got everything correct. So. Uh, yeah, it's extra work and it makes me not want to cross list. Yeah, I don't do any of the extras. All that extra stuff, the style tags and everything, I wouldn't even worry about it. Like I said, I've never had somebody who cross lists say like, "Hey, I added style tags and since I added style tags, I've sold like 20 to 30% more items on Depop." I feel like it's just a waste of time. Some of the eBay call, maybe I'll share some of the tea. I will. It was just like basically they just looked into my analytics today is all they did. They looked at my analytics. The guy was like, yeah, you have really good analytics. Yeah, like my shipping, I don't have any late shipments for the last quarter. Basically, I have like 0%, 0% on all of like the bad numbers. So he's like, yeah, you're really good at sending your orders out, making sure your customers are taken care of. He looked at my sales, my average sales price. He's like, your average sales price is above most people, so you're good. So it was really him just kind of telling me I was doing a good job. And then he started talking about promotions. And one of them I might do is like an order promotion where if somebody buys 2 items, they get 10% off. I'm thinking about doing that order promotion because we talked a little bit about that. There we go. We're done cross listing. I just cross listed 23 items to 2 platforms, and I was talking to you guys during that time. So I got my work done for today. Do you have a video on how to get started on Whatnot? I'm so nervous about it. So I've had a lot of people reach out about a video about Whatnot, especially after the last couple posts we put out, like the picture posts. I'm going to make a video, probably a couple videos. First one's going to be just how to set up a Whatnot show. Because I think a lot of people are confused about how to do one. Like, do you rack up stuff and do random pulls, or do you preload everything? Like, what's the best thing for a beginner to do? And then how do you keep organized? Like I want to say we sold 300, hang on, I can look it up right now. We sold over 300 units on that Whatnot show. We made 0 mistakes. We thought we made 2 during the show, but after when we were shipping, we didn't make any mistakes. It was just us in our head while we were going fast. But on that show, we sold 373 total units. None of them was preloaded. Everything was random pulls. Everything was stickered as we went. We threw them in a big pile, and then afterwards, basically what we did was in this room and in the back room, we just sorted out all the piles into like tens. So 10 went here, 10 went there, and we had a bad birdie listing and a random pool listing. So the bad birdies had their separate numbers, the random pools had their separate numbers. We separated them all out into piles, and then afterwards we just grabbed from the piles. The good thing is all that stuff was bagged except for the ones that are on the rack. Everything else was bagged, so basically we didn't have to wrap anything. We just take them all and throw them right into a box and ship them out. So super easy to do a random pool, super confusing the first time you do a show. I would never suggest doing a random pool show as your first show. You should always do a preloaded show and have your weights set up correctly, all that stuff. So as soon as you make a sale, as soon as your show's done, all you have to do is hit print label and throw your item in a box or a bag and you're good to go. Watching Die Hard 2 and checked Facebook and the live showed up. So I turned off Bruce Willis and now I'm listening to you. What's up, Debbie? I guess I'm better than Bruce Willis. I'm not better than Bruce Willis. You should go back and watch him. I'm back to business tomorrow. Yeah, I had to do some listings, Chris. I hadn't listed on Monday at all, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hop on and do some cross listing and hang out. Yeah, I'll do that video. I've had a lot of people reach out and ask. A lot of people comment and say like, hey, I'd love for you to do. I always thought like Whatnot was pretty easy to do, so the tutorial wouldn't be needed. But based off how many comments I've had, I probably should make those videos just as like a little tutorial video. Probably won't be super in depth. It's just going to go over like the basics on how to set up a listing and all that stuff. So 373, and I wish Whatnot would give me analytics for shows like right away. Oh, it does right here. Show analytics. Where's the time on this? 2 hours and 23 minutes. Here, I'll show you my metrics. I don't care. Here's all my metrics for that show. So this isn't available right after the show. It usually takes like a day or two for these to pop in, but you can see there's the show right there. This is how much in sales. We actually did 10,000 in sales, but we also had coupon spend. So when the coupon spend gets taken out, it automatically comes out of that total. So we actually did 10K, but then $230 was coupon spend. Completed earnings, total orders that we had was 373. That includes 4 giveaways, so that is included in that number. So technically it was 369 is what we sold. Giveaway spend, average order value, $26.22. That's all my stats on shares, return buyers, first time buyers, all that stuff. So first time buyers at 19 is actually really good. That's right there. You can see it's above average, 171% above average. So yeah, and then 2 hours and 23 minutes. So it took less than 2.5 hours to sell 373 items. I don't know how many orders per minute is that. Let's look that up. That would be 120 plus 23, so 143. So 373 divided by 143. So that's 2.6 orders per minute. Basically 2.5 orders per minute. We'd run an item, run the next item, and then we'd have spaces in between where we'd have like a lull period where we talk to chat or we talk about the next item we're going to run and then just rapid fire it. So yeah, so bad birdies I'm very limited on. Those actually have one more, the Cortez. Everybody loves the Cortez. I forgot that I had the floor model hanging up right there, so we're going to run that. All of this is probably going to get run on Saturday along with all of this. I got brand new tag Polo Ralph Lauren that came in. I got 145 units of brand new tag Ralph Lauren, and we're probably going to do a similar show to the one we just did. So it's going to be like rapid fire. Lots of good polo prints, lots of basic polo pieces too, and we're probably going to do another iPad giveaway because I like giving away big stuff. So it's always fun to, and we're going to try to do another 10K stream. I think we can do it, and that gives us 2 days to ship it too, so I can kind of hold off a little bit from shipping. So appreciate you. Congrats on 9K. Yeah, 9.7K. It was technically 10, but I showed it on the stream. We showed the camera, but then a coupon spend. I can never. It's weird because Whatnot doesn't show me the coupon spend when we're running the show. So I was like, after I ended the show, I was like, damn, I was gonna take a screenshot of that, but now it says 9.7K. But at least I showed it on stream. Everybody there saw it was 10K. But yeah, Bad Birdie show. We're going to be throwing the rest of the Bad Birdies. I started with like 400 or 500 Bad Birdies. I'm probably down to like 100-ish left. And then I'm completely sold out. So we're probably going to run those on Saturday and clear the rest of them out. Super fast pace. I'm probably going to do $10 starts again and just literally clear that stuff out. because we still have stuff you guys haven't even seen on that rack yet. We didn't run half of it. We ran out of sticker numbers. If we didn't run out of sticker numbers and we didn't have to go on our anniversary trip on Monday, we probably would have done probably 15 to 20K on that stream. We would have just kept going because we had so much good stuff. I think I showed you guys the Carhartt jacket. That's a Carhartt jacket right there. That's a North Face flannel. There's more North Face on the bottom. There's more Carhartts on the bottom. There's a Faraday shirt right there. You guys haven't even seen the Faraday shirt yet. There's some other good stuff on top. I forget what else is up there, but there's all brand new with tag stuff. So we're gonna run all that on Saturday's show. Probably gonna be another big show with an iPad giveaway, and a lot of that stuff like it went under market. There's people buying Faraday pieces for $23 to $24 brand new with tags. Those people are going to flip those for 50 to 60 bucks. They're really good Faraday pieces. So come to the show if you're a reseller. You can still make money off of us. There were some people getting some steals on that show. How long have you been on Whatnot now? When did we start doing Whatnot, Chris? Chris started like when I started. Was it April of last? No, it wasn't April of last year. Was it April of last year or the year before? I don't remember. It was either. It was probably. Was it April of last year, Chris? I don't freaking remember. Anyways, we've been on it for over a year now. We haven't been super consistent though. So it's been 2 years. Yeah, 2023 April. That makes sense. Last year we started the year strong. We did that challenge. We're going to pay off our mortgage in 130 days. That failed, and then we basically took like from April, May, June, July, August. I think we came back in September. So we took like a 5-month break from Whatnot. And then we've been doing consistent Whatnot shows ever since then. So yeah, last year we did over 170,000 in sales just on Whatnot alone. So anniversary show? No, I'm not doing a show tonight. I'm not doing a pop-up show tonight. I'm gonna save all that stuff for Saturday. I'm gonna do a clear out show tomorrow, Chris. That's gonna be. I need to clear out like another 300 to 400 units. And then I'll have enough space out in the garage to take down a couple racks. So, what was the best pivots takeaways that ramped you back up? What were the best pivots takeaways that ramped you back up? Like going back into Whatnot? Is that what you're saying? What was the best takeaways or pivots or takeaways? I don't understand that question. Wow, time flies. What were your best pivots takeaways that ramped you back up? I don't know. We just went back on with the same stuff we were running before. We just took a break because after that 130-day challenge, I was just so beat, and I was kind of upset we didn't hit it that I needed a break. I needed a break from Whatnot, and we just started focusing more on eBay, which was good because we started focusing a lot more on social media. Because during that period of time, we weren't posting hardly anything. Like last week when we were doing Whatnot show after Whatnot show, it's hard to go to the thrift store and make videos. It's hard to pull orders and make videos and then set up for a Whatnot show and then have enough energy at the end of the day to run it. So we just kind of like stepped back from it for a little bit, grew the social media again, went back to posting regularly on eBay because we also don't post really regularly on eBay when we're doing big Whatnot shows. And then we basically were like, all right, it's time to go back in. And we just came back in. We did a little Jamble like thing too there in between, which kind of helped a little bit because we saw the potential of Whatnot and the non-potential of Jamble. And yeah, then we hopped back into it. So like things you changed, learned. I don't think I've learned anything new going back into it. I think I'm learning right now more than I learned back then. I think I'm learning more about wholesale right now. If you guys notice, like the deals we're getting in, like this all brand new with tag stuff is coming in as wholesale. I'm sourcing better. A lot of the stuff that I bought for that show, I personally sourced, handpicked, and I think it worked out very, very well. And then I'm also setting up deals. Like people are noticing when I put out videos that I'm getting a Patagonia bale, people are reaching out to us with wholesale and they have rag houses and things like that. And those people are actually reaching out to us now and being like, hey, I can get you this, I can get you that. And it's helping grow our business to where hopefully one day, like thrifting is just for fun and we can just go out there and just find a bunch of stuff and just sell it on Whatnot, basically what we paid for it. Yeah, and then you have everything dropped at your door. That's what everybody wants. Everybody doesn't want to admit it, but everybody wants to not have to go to a thrift store and get the same stuff that you get at a thrift store cheaper dropped right to your front door. And there's Now I'm learning, there's so many ways to source. You don't have to go from thrift store to thrift store your entire career. You can go to thrift store and thrift store and then add something like wholesale on top of that, to where some weeks you don't have to go thrifting. You can just stay at home and list items and like take it easy. So that's what we're pushing for. What is 170K on Whatnot and platforms? 170K was just on Whatnot last year. I just submitted my taxes, so I know the numbers to a T. 170K on Whatnot. Hang on, I'll pull it up. I don't know if I'm going to show my spreadsheet, but I'll pull it up in the background. So 172,080 in sales on Whatnot. All the other platforms combined, we did 177,229. On eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop. That includes Jamble sales. That includes all the platforms we sold on, basically. So that's how much we did on both. The 172 is Whatnot only. 177 is all the other platforms. Sorry, I had a hiccup. I don't know why, but my stomach was hurting earlier today, and I'm like having like so many burps. It's so annoying. Yes, I'll look at your email. Sorry, Kate. I'll look at your email. Yes, I'll look at the email. Sorry, we just got back from vacation today, so I'll go back and look at all of them. I probably won't. I probably tell you not to if I do take your stuff on consignment, it probably won't ship until next week, because this week we should be good, because we're not doing a Sunday show. So that's going to give you an extra week. So if I'm a little late on answering the email, it works out good, because you're probably not going to get your stuff run until the following weekend's sales. So yeah, 170K was just Whatnot. You started thrift. You took some. Wait, you got that right. But you started going to thrift and then took some time. Correct. I'm not following the question, Stephanie. Were you sourcing via thrift for those numbers? Some stuff like Kate's talking in the chat right now. We took a lot of consignment in on Whatnot, so a lot of those numbers on Whatnot were consigned. So people would send us their inventory, and then we would sell it for them. I had somebody last year. We did over 60,000. Let me look it up. Last year, one of my main consignors, we did 71,000 in sales together. So he sent his items to us, and we sold $71,000 worth of his stuff. And he just kept sending it because we kept getting good numbers for him. He's still consigning with us today. So we try to cherry pick the best stuff from each person when we do consignment. So that way we know that you guys will get enough money for your pieces. We'll make enough money. Everybody wins. There's a lot of people that are getting into the consignment game right now. Their average sales price on Whatnot is like $7 or $8 on most of their consigned items. Nobody wins in that case. The only person that's winning is the person that's getting more of a split. And if it's the person running the items that has like a 50-50 or a 60-40 split, the other person that's sending the items aren't making it. They're just not making any money. By the time you ship it to me, I run your item, I sell it for $70. I give you 70% of your sale. You, after fees, you are making no money. You are losing money. So what we do is we cherry pick the best pieces from each consigner. We try to get you guys the best money for every single piece. Our average sales price on Whatnot, I think, is somewhere around $24 to $27 is usually where we hover around. Right now it's going to dip. Summer months it usually dips, and then winter months when jackets start coming back in style, the prices will astronomically do better. So we try not to actually take a lot of consignment in the summertime, because it's hard to sell a shirt, like a button down short sleeve shirt, for any more than like $20 on Whatnot. So even if it's a good brand, it'll sit. So yeah, that's our model. There's a lot of people doing consignment. We try to do it the right way and get you guys good money for your stuff. Are Lily Blitzer mini dresses still available to pick up large, or has Lily cooled down? It depends on the print. The louder the print, the better they'll sell. I think we just sold one the other day for like 30 or $35 on eBay, I think. So it really depends on the print. Also sizes too. Size 0, size 2, size 4, harder to sell. Size 6, 8, 10, a little bit easier to sell. Anything above those numbers are very, very easy to sell, because Lily's usually a smaller brand. It's harder to find the bigger sizes. So if you get a bigger size in a good pattern, you're going to be able to sell that for more than you'll be able to sell like a size 0 or a size 2. Yeah, it definitely took time to build it up. But I'm still going to thrift, but I've been thrifting ever since we started. So how do you think the shoes do versus clothing? Lacey, what platform are we talking? Are we talking how are shoes doing on Whatnot? How shoes doing on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari? Like what platform in particular? Because there's many different answers for that. Ethan, if you guys don't follow Ethan Banks, you should follow him. He does all shoes. He's in my area, so he sources the same stores I do. And he just started getting into Whatnot. He's on vacation for the next couple weeks, though. I think he went to Hawaii or something like that. But he's starting to get into the Whatnot game with shoes. But he's super successful with shoes on eBay. So I think it just depends on what you want out of your items. You have to understand. We didn't go on a cruise, Amy. um, everybody thought those pictures were from a cruise. I'm like, no, we live in Florida. That's a beach. We literally just went down to the beach. It's like 20 minutes away. I've seen you switch on shoes on Whatnot and then go back to clothing. Yeah, so we turned on the shoes. That was a trial. And I've seen a lot of successful people like Hidden Isle, Tino, he does shoes. There's a couple other people that do shoes. And basically what they do is they source outlets and they source online. They get these shoes for around $25 a unit and they sell them for, I think their starting price is $39 on Whatnot. So they're starting at $39, they're sourcing for $25, which means they're making about a $10 profit, $9 to $10 profit on each pair they sell. And then they just move out volume. And the reason why that works is because your outlets where you live are different than the outlets where I live. So if you go to the Nike outlet or you go to the Adidas outlet, you're going to find completely different shoes than what I'm going to find in my area. So a lot of people don't care that these shoes are coming from outlets. They already know they're coming from outlets when they buy them on Whatnot. It's just they can't find those shoes where they are. They can't find the sizes that they're selling. So we tried that for a little bit. It was super successful. The market got kind of flooded at one point. There was a lot of people doing it, and then we just decided, we're just going to clear out the shoes. I have thought about trying it again, especially when we move to a new house and we have more space to where I can always have shoes racked up and I can just throw on a show. Because even if you sell 10 shoes, you run a show, you sell 10 shoes, you just made $100. And you go back out and you get 10 more pairs of shoes the next week, you reload the shoes and you do it all over again. If you just have consistent inventory with lots of sizes, you can make that super successful. But the key is being able to invest, $20, $30, $40,000 in shoes so you can have all the shoes everybody wants in all the different sizes. So I've thought about doing it again. I don't know. I know there's lots of ways to source shoes though. ZK's running freaking On Clouds and Hoka's on Whatnot. So there's ways to source those shoes. I want to find a way to get to those shoes. But I might fire back up those shows because I think they're good. I think everybody who buys clothing buys shoes, obviously. Everybody wears both. So if you can have both at all times ready to go, locked and loaded, you have more potential customers that you can hit. So just like eBay, the more listings you have, the more potential you're going to be able to find the customer that wants that piece. The same with Whatnot. If you have 2, 3, 4,000 items loaded in your store at all times, somebody comes in and says, hey, you got a size 9 pair of Hoka's and a blue colorway, and you're like, yeah, I got one right there. Boom, run it and sell it. So I've been looking for Hoka wholesale. Trust me, Hoka wholesale is good, but they are expensive. I've located a few, but you can't get Hoka cheap. It's not like you can buy Hoka shoes for $10 wholesale. You're paying up. I'm sure ZK is paying good money for hers, but she gets good money for them. So even if she's paying $60 a pair wholesale, she's selling them for over $100 every single time she runs one. Like the lowest I've seen one sell is like $80. So even if she's paying $80, she's still making a good amount of money. So I sell Judy Blue all day long. Yeah. Judy Blue, you can actually, from what I understand, you can actually reach out to Judy Blue, the company, and get wholesale directly from them. I haven't tried it though. So yeah, they're still high. They're super, super expensive. So it's an option. It's an option to do Hoka. I don't know. I think maybe down the road we would look into that, but right now I'm having fun running like brand new Tag Ralph Lauren pieces. Brand new Ralph Lauren pieces like this. This is what we're gonna run. Like this is what everybody knows us for, so it just fits our brand. And what with Whatnot, you're like a brand. You're selling your stuff. Everybody's coming there because they want to buy from you specifically, not just like eBay where they just go on and type Polo Ralph Lauren and buy a hat. They're looking to come to K-Way show or ZK show, and they're trying to buy items directly from you to support you because they know that you're going to bring the best stuff to them. And that's what we're trying to build over there. So yeah, that's something I actually had a conversation about today with eBay, about how they don't have that option on eBay. Like nobody goes on eBay and it's like, hey, I'm going to buy from K-Way. They're just like, hey, I'm going to buy Polo Ralph Lauren. It just happens K-Way has it. And they need to figure out a way to make that happen, and live selling too. So yeah, then you need the right viewers also. Facts. I mean, it helps with social media. Everybody always says like the only reason you're successful on whatnot is because you have social media. And I'm like, yeah, and social media is free. Everybody listening to this, I have 42 people watching this right now. All 42 of you could be using social media. It's free. It's literally free to make a post on socials. It just requires time. It requires energy. It requires knowledge of why certain posts do better than others. But anybody can grow a following like we have grown a following. There's no reason why. There's zero reason why. It's just people will start posting. They'll post 2 or 3 posts. They won't go viral and they'll quit. And if I did that in the beginning, I would be just like those people. But I just kept posting. Just kept posting. Post. If you're lucky, you can snag Hokas at Dick. Yeah, we don't have a Dick's Outlet anywhere near us. There's no Dick's Outlet. The Going Gone stores, we used to have one in Orlando. There's no more here. So I'm envious of the people that have them close to them. I have a couple of my friends that have a few of them close to them that they go and buy a whole bunch of stuff from. Like for example, Bad Birdies. Like sometimes those pop up at Dick's Outlet really cheap. We can't source those because we don't have one near us. I need to churn the butter. You and Kayla are doing awesome. I picked up Ralph Lauren from watching you and have a good turnover. Let's go. Ralph Lauren, my best-selling brand. I put out a video today. I think I said 145 units of Ralph Lauren within the last 90 days. Just sell that crap. Sell it. I officially have 200 plus men's shorts listed. Perfect time to get them listed literally right now is the best time to be listing short sleeves, be listing golf items, be listing linen pieces, things like that. Those items are going to start selling like hotcakes. They already started selling like hotcakes, but they're going to start selling like hotcakes for the next month or two, and then you're going to see them taper off. And then in the middle of summer, you're going to see a lull. There's not going to be much selling. You'll still sell some stuff, but there won't be like specific pieces that are selling well. And then right after summer, right before right after the first cold snap up north, when they get their first cold snap, everybody's going to be buying jackets. So that's exactly when you start listing all your jackets, because as soon as that first cold snap hits, everybody's like, oh, we need to get our jackets for the season. It's starting to get cold out. Boom, 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 boom. You're selling jackets like hotcakes. So, yeah. Yeah, I had 2, but 1 closed. Yeah, we used to have one in Orlando. I think there used to be one down in Miami, too. I actually looked it up to see if they were still available like a year ago, and both had closed down. They said there's potential for them to come back because they kind of like pop up out of nowhere, and they'll just start selling stuff out of them. But, yeah. We don't really have like too many great. We live in Florida. There's a lot of good outlets in Orlando, but where I am in Tampa, there isn't many great outlets, like good like heavy discount stores. It's just thrift stores. We're littered with thrift stores, so we have a good with that. But all right, everybody, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I am going to head off. I might be live tomorrow morning, maybe shipping orders. If not, I'm going to be sourcing tomorrow morning. If you don't see me live, it's probably because I'm out at a thrift store or something trying to find some stuff. But if I'm not live tomorrow morning, I'll definitely be live on Thursday, because we're going to be doing a live thrift on Thursday. And then Friday morning, I'm going to be live shipping out orders. So yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I'll catch